Welcome to the GP Podcast. Today, we're going to deconstruct one of the most transformative technologies of our time, artificial intelligence. I know, it's everywhere, shaping our world in ways you might not even realize. So let's pull back the curtain and see how it really works. So let me ask you a question. Think you're someone who doesn't really use AI? Well, you might want to think again. I'm willing to bet you've already used it multiple times just today. I mean, think about it. That movie Netflix suggested you watch last night, the route Google Maps picked to get you around that traffic jam, even the spam filter that thankfully keeps your inbox clean, all of it is AI. And it doesn't stop there. Siri, Alexa, the Face ID that unlocks your phone, those eerily specific shopping recommendations, it's all powered by AI. This stuff isn't science fiction anymore. It is deeply, deeply woven into the fabric of our daily lives. But okay, how does it all work, right? How does a machine learn to think and predict and even create things? To really get that, we need to break down a few key ideas. First up, let's start with the big one, artificial intelligence, or AI. You should think of this as the huge overarching goal. It's the whole field of computer science that's dedicated to building machines that can basically simulate human smarts. We're talking learning, solving puzzles, making decisions, the whole shebang. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The engine that's driving most of the AI used today is something called machine learning. See, instead of programming a computer with super specific instructions for every little thing, we just feed it a ton of data and let it figure out the patterns for itself. It's how Spotify just knows you're going to love that new band after you've listened to a few dozen songs. It's not magic, it's just learning from experience. And we can go even a level deeper. There's a specialized type of machine learning called, you guessed it, deep learning. This uses these really complex structures called neural networks, and they are directly inspired by the way the neurons in our own brains are all interconnected. These layers are what allow an AI to process incredibly complex stuff, like recognizing your friend's face in a photo or understanding all the nuances in the way we talk. So, this brings us to a really crucial point. All the AI we have today, every single bit of it, is what we call weak AI or narrow AI. It can be unbelievably powerful, but only at one specific task. ChatGPT is a wizard with words, but it can't drive a car. This is a world away from what we call strong AI. That's the sci-fi idea of a machine with human-like consciousness that can learn pretty much anything. I want to be super clear, that kind of AI is, for now, purely theoretical. And this technology didn't just pop up out of nowhere. The search for artificial intelligence has actually been going on for a long, long time, and it's a fascinating story, full of these incredible breakthroughs and some really frustrating setbacks. The whole idea really started to take shape way back in the 50s. But progress was definitely not a straight line. After all that early excitement, the field hit this long slump called the AI winter, where funding just dried up. The big thaw really began with these huge moments, like in 1997 when IBM's Deep Blue beat the world chess champion. That one event really set the stage for the last decade or so, which has been this absolute explosion fueled by big data and powerful computers, the deep learning boom that we are all living through right now. Okay, so now that we know where AI came from, let's take a look at the different forms it can take, based on what it can actually do. You can basically sort AI into four main types. The simplest are what we call reactive machines. Think of an old chess program that just sees the board right now with no memory of past moves. Most of what we use today is limited memory AI. It learns from recent data, kind of like how a self-driving car keeps track of the cars around it. The next steps, though, theory of mind AI, which could actually understand human emotions, and self-aware AI with real consciousness, well, that stuff is still firmly in the realm of development and, yep, science fiction. So why does all of this matter so much? I mean, beyond being convenient, the impact of AI is set to be absolutely staggering. Just look at this number. $13 trillion. That's what a study by McKinsey projects AI could add to the global economy by the year 2030. This isn't just a minor upgrade, it's a full-blown revolution. It's going to transform everything from how doctors diagnose diseases to how banks can spot fraud. The economic shift, the societal shift, it's going to be immense. And a revolution this big, well, it doesn't come without some major challenges. As AI gets more and more powerful, more autonomous, it's forcing us to face some incredibly complex and really important ethical questions. The late, great Stephen Hawking said it best. He said this could be the biggest event in the history of our civilization. And when the stakes are that high, We absolutely have to get it right. So let's think about this classic dilemma, but updated for today. A self-driving car is in a situation where an accident is unavoidable. Does it swerve and hit 5 people, or stay on its course and hit just one? And who gets to make that call? The car's owner? The programmer who wrote the code? A government committee? There are just no easy answers here.
And here's another huge challenge: bias. You see, AI systems learn from data that we humans create, and our data is just full of our own historical biases. So if you train an AI on decades of hiring data where managers tended to favor men, well, that AI might just learn to discriminate against women. This can lead to seriously unfair outcomes in everything from who gets a job to who gets approved for a loan.
So to navigate all these risks, a kind of roadmap is starting to emerge. The core idea is that AI has to be human-centric and safe. To stop problems like bias, it has to be designed for fairness, its decisions need to be transparent and explainable, and maybe most importantly, there has to be clear accountability. This is really the framework for trying to build a future with AI that we can actually trust. So ultimately, it feels like we're standing at a crossroads. AI has this unbelievable potential to help us solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, everything from disease to climate change. But it also presents some really profound risks. The path we end up taking is going to depend on the choices that we're all making right now. The big question is, who gets to decide? And that's a conversation that we all need to be a part of. Thanks so much for joining this explainer. If you found it helpful, please do us a favor and like, comment, and share. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the topics that are shaping our world.